Hi all, the new all-time high is a fact. The inverted head and shoulder pattern of Bitcoin has activated a price target for Bitcoin between $145,000 and $150,000. Amazing how these price patterns that are basically built on mass human emotions shows time after time to be a forecaster for what is coming. In this edition we will go deeper into the summer period and in the 100% total lunar eclipse correlation since Bitcoin's birth, with a price fall between 25 and 54%. So an important update that will help you to control the greedy feelings that are now around the corner. Welcome back everybody, I am the Robotic Wave Trader, bringing you weekly crypto updates and teaching you how to make money in this market. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the thumbs up if you like this video. Okay, let's start with the multi-time frame market waves of Bitcoin. First, the monthly breakout has been taken place, clearly, but the negative divergence is still in place already now since around, let's say, April 24, so already a long time. And this is predicting that a top will be coming. Not necessarily very soon, but it's a negative sign. Then to the weekly wave. This is the chart you've seen before with the timing in it. The bottom was predicted here, and at least a significant top is expected from my side between beginning of September and the beginning of June. And I go deeper into this later on. So the weekly market wave is giving a buy signal, is still unconfirmed with 14 hours to go, but I can't imagine that there will be a fall to below 111,000. So most likely this will be confirmed within the next 14 hours. And then to the daily, beautiful buy signal. It's currently very high, so some consolidation could be expected. And what we see here is that the trend analyzer gave a buy signal over here, and the daily trend analyzer is now at around $110,000 before we are declaring a negative trend again. So all in all, very, very positive at this moment. Then looking at Ethereum. The monthly is giving a buy signal, still unconfirmed with 18 days to go. And here we see that the price target for now, at least the first real resistance, is at 3,500, 3,600. Also the daily market wave is giving a buy signal, also unconfirmed. Within 14 hours it will be confirmed. And here we see also the red area around 35 to 39. There's real resistance to be expected. The daily market wave is high and is turning around, so also here's some consolidation. This one is already giving a sell signal. And here also the daily trend analyzer flipped to a positive trend and is currently at 2,600. And based on the breakout, a price target around 4,000 to 4,200 is expected. Then looking at NEAR, not yet a buy signal on the monthly market wave, also not on the weekly market wave. Both searching for bottoms. Very strong support at around 194, and the daily market wave is also high and searching for a top. So most likely we will see a backtest here of the outbreak. The daily trend analyzer has flipped to positive and is currently at $2.06. Then Solana, also searching for a bottom on the monthly market wave. Also on the weekly market wave. There's a trigger wave over here and a huge resistance. The daily market wave is moving up, but also searching for a top. So also here some consolidation is expected. The daily trend analyzer had flipped from negative to positive and is currently at $141. Yes, then looking at the positive negative divergence graphs. So the monthly graph gave a buy signal in April and still playing out. So no negative divergences seen at this moment. Also in the weekly graph, no negative divergences are seen. And that's very important because those two plays an important role by determining if a top is in place. And that's currently not the case. So then looking at the daily, so there is a confirmed negative divergence signal over here, and the win rate of those signals is 83%. So expect some consolidation. The pattern recognition software has identified an important pattern in Ethereum, and that's also the inverse head and shoulder pattern in red. You see it here, and there's a breakout, so it's confirmed. The first target is 3,468.86, and the second target is 4,263. Okay, interesting to have a look at the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. So it has been a long time that the Bitcoin dominance is playing out against the Ethereum. But what we see here, there's a monthly buy signal and we see it coming up. And then if you look at the weekly, a couple of weeks ago the line was broken. Consolidation is taking place, but with the monthly buy signal, it is just a matter of time until this is going up like this. So on the daily graph, we see now a sell signal. So that means that there will be some consolidation. But we have had a sell signal over here with the daily trend analyzer. And now we have a buy signal again. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago. So expect some consolidation, but on the longer term, Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin. So then the Bitcoin graph with the M2 Global Liquidity Index. The money is flowing into the market since April, and Bitcoin is going up since that time as well. So there's an around 80% correlation with the Global Liquidity Index and the Bitcoin charts. And it shifted 77 days, so we have a look into the future, and the money will flow into the market in at least until September. So let's have a look at the position of the market makers. Yeah, so there are huge amount of money at the long liquidation levels, and it would be logic, given this fact, that the market makers would benefit with a fallback to around the outbreak level at around 110,000. Test of the head and shoulder outbreak level. Before we go into the graphs and the timing, I would like to go over the 2025 financial astrology timing table that has been created in December 2024. So let's go over it. So we had a hotspot period at the end of January, a top was set, and the price fall down with 31%. The beginning from March to April, there was a Venus retrograde period, and we had a maximum drawdown of 21%, and at the end, during this period, there was a price decline of 11%. Beginning of March, a new hotspot period, bottom was set in that period, and the price shoot up 16%. Then an important one, the total lunar eclipse. 53 days before, a top was set, and the price has fallen 34%. During the Mercury's retrograde period, from March to April, and specifically the Venus-Mercury conjunction period, a downward move of minus 11% took place. And then the Sun eclipse, top was set at the 28th. A drawdown of 18%. And now we are coming closer by a hotspot period that was set on April the 16th, plus 28%. And in the end of May, beginning of June, a top was set in our hotspot periods and the price fall with 10%. And we will have a hotspot period starting the 15th of July until the 21st of July. At that period, almost starting also the Mercury retrograde period. And at the end of that period, there's again a hotspot period. But most important thing that is happening is the total lunar eclipse, September the 9th. And I will go a little bit deeper in that. Let's have a closer look to the total lunar eclipse data. Data starting from 2014 up till now. And the total lunar eclipse has happened 10 times in that period. And 10 times a significant downward move was made by Bitcoin. The downward move with an average of 42%, with a maximum of 56% and a minimum of minus 20%. So really a significant downward move that took place before the total lunar eclipse. And if you're looking back at the last 10 years, it varies from 99 days before the total lunar eclipse up to 4 days. So basically from a week up till 3 months when the downward turn started. Okay, so this is the total market graph with the timing instruments. And it's a very busy period, as you can see. So really fasten your seatbelt because it will be a crazy time this summer. So the most important thing on this graph is the total lunar eclipse. We just talked about it. There's a 100% correlation that a drawdown between 20 and around 60% will take place 3 months up front until 4 days up front. So that's the most important statistic that if history repeats will happen. So then we have 3 times the hotspot period, and a hotspot period gives at least a price movement of 10%. And then on top of that we have the Mercury retrograde period, and in these periods really false signals are often given. So it will be a crazy time, and we are moving now up into the first hotspot period. And normally when we are moving up, we will set a top, and that's what I think is going to happen if we are looking also at the other things that we have discussed. The multi-time frame market waves and the positive and the negative divergence on the daily graph is also playing out. So most likely we will have here somewhere here a downward move, and for Bitcoin to the outbreak level of around 110. Then it's a little bit speculation how it goes further, but most likely we will set a top, and then for Bitcoin in this period, and that means in the range of $145,000 to $150,000. And when a top is set and we will have other instruments to detect if it's really the top, we will have a significant downward move, and probably into this hotspot period. So this is the thesis, and we will see if this comes true. But it will be a very, very crazy time with big price movements. So then a quick look at the running bots. So the last one we took was Solana just 2 days ago, and it's now currently in a loss with 16%. And the grid profits are 0.6% in 2 days. That is not very good at this moment. Then looking at the near position, 10x long, 45% profit, and in 3 days we scored almost 4% grid profits. That's very good. Then looking at the 10x Ethereum long position, 41% profit, and in 3 days 2.4% grid profit earned. And last but not least, that's the Bitcoin 10x long position, now running for 6 days and at 44% profit. So let's have a look what that means for the 5,000 to 1 million portfolio. So currently we are at $6,930, a little bit behind schedule, but still since the 19th of January we have a 39% profit so far. To conclude this update, the breakout took place last week as expected, and Bitcoin is on its move to the $145,000–150,000. This will not go into a straight line. Most likely the price of Bitcoin will test the breakout level around $110,000 the coming week and create the structure for a further price movement to the calculated target around $145,000. This would then create a huge sphere of greed and projections for Bitcoin up to $500,000 or even above $1 million. But if history repeats, the summer will be hot with huge price swings. So be alert, with 100% correlation since 2014, the total lunar eclipse on September the 7th could initiate a price decline of 20 to 56% during the summer as well. As always, this is not financial advice, but just the things I'm thinking and doing. And have fun and a good trading week, and I'll see you at the next one.